What is up, YouTube? It is Q&A time today. So I posted a Q&A on my Instagram that I would be addressing here in this YouTube video. So I'm going to answer you guys' questions. I'm going to do these more often just to be able to engage with you guys better, because I appreciate all you guys. I want to give any kind of feedback and knowledge that I can provide to you guys from my experiences in bodybuilding and life, in my career. I know a lot of you that follow me may have the same kind of goals, so I really want to help you guys out and share some information that I have if you guys are interested. So first thing, the Road to Olympia t-shirts are finally done. I've sent out a lot of orders. We still have a decent bit left. I did a pre-order prior to the release. It was only to figure out the sizes that we need, because I kind of had to figure out, like, I don't know how many big boys are going to be wearing 4Xs. I wear a 3X, had a few 3Xs, but a lot of like XL, 2XL. Very few like small and medium. So I had to get a size count. So if you pre-ordered, you should have gotten an email. If not, if you didn't pre-order at this point, you know, there's some left over. We're going to run other t-shirts eventually, but this is an official Gasp collab. So this is a Gasp oversized t-shirt. And you can see the back here, really awesome design. I had some great help from Vanessa, my website designer, someone that helps me with social media and all kinds of stuff, and helped me with doing the shipping and all the ins and outs of the ordering. So I have to give her a shout out and thank you. She made this process so much easier, because I've never had to pack up shirts myself before. Last year we just sent them out from Printify. So this has been a learning process, especially being so close to the Olympia. But I appreciate y'all's patience with getting these to you, and very excited and thankful for your guys' support. So anybody that bought a t-shirt, thank you. And anybody that supports my codes and my just, you know, fans, followers, whatever you want to call it. I appreciate you guys. I don't like using the word fans, because, you know, I see you guys as supporters and people that have the same kind of mindset as me, that just want to follow along and learn from my experiences, and maybe I can inspire others to do the same, whether that's in bodybuilding or your faith or your life, your relationships, whatever I can provide to you guys. I want to be able to be an open book and transparent and help you guys any way I can. So that said, we are going to do this Q&A. I am currently 13 days out from prejudging at the Olympia. This is Saturday, September 27th. I cannot believe September's over. And I'm going to be leaving for Vegas, not this Monday, but the next. So it's coming up fast. This prep has gone crazy, crazy fast. And I'm so excited to get on that Olympia stage. So again, thank you guys for watching, subscribing, and just staying connected with me. I appreciate you more than you know. So we're going to start getting into these questions. I'll start from the beginning. Jim Gia asks, how many milligrams caffeine are you taking on highest and lowest? So I kind of keep my caffeine consistent all year long. So off season, I'm going to be more lethargic. I'm going to be heavier, a lot more food. There's times where I'm eating 1,000 grams of carbs a day, and I do need energy. But no matter what, whether I'm in prep or off season, you guys that have followed my YouTube know I love my Breville coffee machine. I can't go without coffee in the morning. I even put up a poll yesterday, coffee or energy drinks. I'm a coffee person all day. I'll have an energy drink maybe once a week. But generally what I do is I will do my coffee in the morning. In the off season, I'll probably use some sugar-free creamer that's like 10 calories. I love my pumpkin spice creamer and my peppermint mocha creamer that come out in the fall and winter before Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's coming after the Olympia. But in prep, I just do black coffee with a Truvia and some sugar-free like pumpkin spice syrup, or we have this other really good one. I can't remember what the flavor is, amaretto or something like that. It's very good. I just love my coffee in the morning with my Flavor Gang waffles, and that sets my day right. I have to have my coffee. So it's really strong. I would imagine it's probably 250, 300 milligrams of caffeine. I really don't know. But I do that. I fill up a double shot of the cup for the coffee maker. And I do that. And then later in the afternoon, I have my pre-workout. Now, I generally take Fury from Core Nutritionals for my pre-workout, and then I'll stack it with the pump. That's my go-to. I'll do the Essential Pre sometimes. But generally, I'm going to be doing 200 to 250 milligrams of caffeine pre-workout. So like a heaping scoop of Fury, and then I'll do 2 scoops of pump, which a 2-scoop serving is a full serving. So I'm doing a half a serving of the Fury. It's like 400 some milligrams of total caffeine between your regular caffeine and extended release caffeine. So I can't do that much. There are times in prep where I've been absolutely deadheaded into leg day, and I'll do like the full like 350, 400 mgs, whatever it is. And that just cranks me, but it affects sleep. And the problem is, in past preps, I absolutely have abused caffeine, and it is not good for your adrenals. It's not good for your sleep. A lot of people don't know that the half-life of caffeine is 6 hours, so it can really extend all day, especially if you stack it up throughout the day. You may still have caffeine lingering at the end of the day. So I also don't drink any diet sodas that have caffeine. Generally, I do 1 diet soda per night. I try to do a caffeine free. So we'll say like a general day, I'm going to have 500 milligrams of caffeine. Diggly Wiggly asked, how are you feeling about being nearly 2 weeks out from your first ever Olympia? That's a great question. I've been so busy. I haven't had time to really slow down and like soak it all in, which is good and bad because I've had so many preps, and you guys that are newer with preps, you'll realize like it definitely, when you get into a prep and it's grueling and you're not used to that suffering, time slows way down. And I remember my worst prep in 2018. That was the hardest prep I did, really low calories, 0 carbs for so long, like 45-minute intervals on the stairs twice a day, fasted 45, post-workout 45. Like I was dying. 6 days a week training. Every day felt like a week. Whereas here I'm like, where did my day go? Like it's just gone. How am I 2 weeks out from the Olympia? So I'm trying to like bask in it. But it's honestly so surreal. It does not feel real. And I even talked to Tyler Mannion, the VP of the IFBB. I talked to him when I was up in Pittsburgh. And I was like, man, it still doesn't feel real yet. He's like, oh, it'll feel real when you're backstage and you hear that Olympia song. So I know it's going to really set in. But honestly, this is my biggest dream come true. I never imagined I would be on the Olympia stage. If you told me 10 years ago I'd be an Olympian, I would not have believed you. So it's just, all glory to God for giving me the ability, the team around me, the people I've been blessed with, the support to get me here, because it takes a village. It's not just a one-man sport. It takes a team. And truly, everything has absolutely skyrocketed since I started with Chris. And then right after that, not long after that, several months, I met my wife, and everything just came together. And I have the best team. So we made it to the biggest stage of bodybuilding, and it's absolutely an incredible feeling. I'm feeling ready too. The last few days is my best look I think I've ever had. All right, next question. Chris Jansen M asks, are you planning on going to NPC Gas show next year if possible? I'm assuming you're talking about the Sweden show. I guest posed at that fall Sweden show last year. I don't know if I'll be going next year. We already have a good bit of travel lined up. I'll be doing the Iron World Tour in January to the LA Fit Expo with Gasp. The Olympia being around the same time, I just don't think that I'm going to be doing that next year, because I plan on being at the Olympia every year. That's my goal, my plan. And so I don't know that the timing lines up for that. I know that they do a spring one as well, but I'm not sure if you're talking about the Sweden show, because we also have the NPC Better Bodies Classic here in Texas. I'll be at that one. How has prep been so far going to Olympia compared to previous prep? That's 09 RIVH. I don't know. So compared to previous preps, this one, I feel like every prep gets easier as far as like getting in shape, how my body responds. Like this prep, I've been able to maintain gym performance and strength better than ever before. That's been amazing. A lot of that I attribute to the kind of training that I've been able to do with Justin Abbott. He's we cranked the volume, we cranked the intensity. I've not had to do much cardio all prep. The max we did was 25 minutes. And of course I do steps. Like right now I have no cardio, 11K steps a day. Most of prep was like 8K steps a day with 25 minutes of cardio, 5 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week. It gets easier. The more muscle you build, the more food you'll be able to eat, the higher metabolism is, for most people. For me, it's we always get in shape early, and then earlier on in prep I may struggle more with hunger and being a little more fatigued because we push for that conditioning to get me ready early, and then we kind of pull back and feed. So honestly, it just seems to get easier every time. This long of a prep though, my body's feeling it. It's the longest prep I've ever done heading into the Olympia, so definitely ready for a break afterwards. But it's overall been a really great prep. All right, my favorite question that everyone always asks, and I'm sure there's multiple in here. The same person asks, what's your current training split? It's Monday's push, so it's chest, a little bit of shoulders, triceps. Tuesday is back and buys. A lot of times a little rear delts. Wednesday off. Thursday is full leg day. Friday is shoulders and arms. Saturday is back with a little touch-up hamstrings. Sunday off. Top 3 bowl gains flavors in order. That is Caden Vinsel. So that is a really hard thing to say because I have preferences for my waffles. And then I have preferences for if I'm doing like just a bowl of gains with fruit. I would say right now, my top favorite for eating just like a bowl of cream of rice with fruit on top is peanut butter cookie. And then the strawberry wafer that they did a limited edition of, that one's up there in my top 2. But that one should be coming out as a regular bag eventually. I would say and then you can't go wrong with brownie batter. That's the OG. But that's only if I'm having bananas with my meal. If I want to do like strawberries, I'm going to do peanut butter cookie, crackberry. Sometimes I'll mix crackberry and peanut butter cookie. But I have a ton of favorites. Yeah, I even love birthday cake's absolutely incredible. So I just cycle them all. This new Samoan cookie, it's called Samo. That one's like chocolatey, caramelly with coconut shavings in it. Absolutely love that one. And I'm not a coconut guy. But for pancakes and waffles, I will say my favorite top 3 is pumpkin spice, American pie, and birthday cake for waffles specifically. Maximilian Engel asks, how do you manage your relationship when you're deep in prep? So this is something that I struggle with because I'm definitely self-aware, and I'm aware of the fact that I'm not as engaging. I'm also way more busy than I've ever been, and that adds stress to the prep. And the problem is when you're at home, me and Brittany are at home with each other all the time, and obviously she sees my best and my worst. And the days that I'm the most stressed, if she's here most of the time. She works a couple days a week with gas, but she has to be around that. And, it's at this stage, it's not like a hangry thing like it is when you're starting out preps. It's like I am just so tired. I have nothing. And you're very just like almost emotionless at that point, but you do get frustrated easier. So you have to be very self-aware. And the thing you have to remind yourself is, one, you choose to do this and you love it, and it's a blessing and a privilege to be able to do, especially in my position with it being my job. But my challenge right now, and something Brittany's challenged me with, is remember how much I love it and stop treating it like a job, because you get to the point where you're all encompassed by bodybuilding. I'm coaching, sponsorships, obligations for content, which I love creating content. I love coaching people. I love training. I love, making these meals and dieting. I love doing YouTube for you guys. But the problem is when all that stacks up on top of each other and then you have no downtime, no free time, you start slipping on the time that helps you reset and refocus. That's when you start to lose yourself, and then you're not your best self for your partner. So, focus on making sure you're not all encompassing bodybuilding. You don't want to just be talking bodybuilding nonstop with your partner. Thankfully, Brittany does really enjoy bodybuilding, but there's a point where I go way overboard, and it's all I talk about. It's all I think about. And she thankfully is the kind of wife that reminds me, hey, we need to do something else, talk about something else. We don't need to talk about bodybuilding all the time. And you just need to have something together. Me and Brittany love to find shows to watch. We're both very much homebodies. Sadly, we don't get to go out on dinner dates together while I'm in prep, but we enjoy that all year long. Once a week, we'll go have a cheat meal together. That's our thing. So we know that time is coming, but it's just important to, especially if you guys share faith, that you pray together, that you, pray for your partner, that you rely on the Lord to give you strength to be better for your partner and be kind and loving and put them first. And something my parents always told me, give them 100%, expecting nothing back. Because the problem is when we expect so much and expect an even trade-off, it's never like that. So, a lot of times your partner may have to pick up some slack that you are struggling with low energy levels and stuff like that. But the biggest thing to focus on is your attitude and being kind and being quick to apologize, because things don't feel the same. Things don't sound the same. When you're in prep and you're that tired and you just don't have the energy, things come across way differently and you get frustrated way easier. So you have to be very, very self-aware. Uncle Vito 2213 asks, how do you continue to make your purpose as your passion? So I guess this kind of goes back to what I was talking about with my passion becoming my job and all encompassing in bodybuilding. It is a challenge because bodybuilding is my passion. It always has been. If I wasn't at this level, if I was at the local level, I would still be doing this. I love it. I love the process of training, getting better, the rigidity of the diet and the consistency and the scheduling, and I just love the entire process. So I would be doing this. It would be my passion even if I didn't make it to this stage. But when you make it to this stage, the problem is it comes with a lot of pressure, and so you have to remember just to love it and enjoy it. And that's my challenge to myself. I'm not always doing a very good job of that. So it's just a daily reminder. Just enjoy the training, enjoy the hustle, enjoy the grind, because I'd be doing this even if it wasn't a job. It just comes with more pressure now. Tar Heel Prime, IFBB Pro asks, as you head to the O, what has been the biggest challenge the last few months? I've been struggling with a back problem, and this is something that I'm going to get addressed after the Olympia, maybe have a sonogram or something. It's just in my mid back, I've had so much work done on it. It's on and off. I struggle with thoracically extending. Certain weird things hurt, like lying cables cross side laterals hurt my mid back, but like I can heavy row and I'm fine. So it's not super limiting, but it's something that definitely affects me a lot in certain ways. I have to switch out exercises, and it's just all day I'm feeling it. But I also did just grab my friend Ryan Brown sent me a wedge pillow to try to sleep on my back because I'm wondering if my bed is causing issues, and it seems to have helped it as of the last night. So we'll see if that's the whole issue that I've been dealing with. But that's been a battle because on stage I feel it a lot in my front poses. But it's just something I've had to go through. That, along with what I've been talking about, the biggest challenge has just been managing everything, time management, wearing so many different hats right now. I'm trying to learn how to prioritize things that need to prioritize, and what doesn't need to be done right now, just get it done later. and focus on the prep and not allowing my schedule to get away from me. Any tips for going for my natural pro card? Ben Hooper asks. I don't know where you're at. I don't know what stage you're at. I don't know if you're starting. I don't know if you're more advanced, but just don't have anything but an elite mindset. So if you are wanting to be a professional at something, you have to compose yourself like a professional every day. So expect yourself to do so. So don't cut corners, don't miss meals, don't miss training, don't cut your training short because, I don't really feel like doing abs. I don't think I want to do, I'll do cardio tomorrow. Like, don't make excuses for yourself no matter what stage of the game you're at. Best advice for a first competitor. That last advice was pretty good on that last one. Just enjoy it. Don't think so much about what you're missing out on. A lot of people are way too food focused. They want to eat cheat meals in prep. They're asking their coach, hey, can I have an off-plan meal? I'm starving. Like, just listen to your coach and do what your coach says and enjoy the process and be motivated by the fact that you are noticing changes probably daily towards the end of prep and that you look your best ever. Be hungry for that look. Don't be hungry for the food. Be hungry for the win, whatever that win looks like for you. If it's just stepping on your stage at your best, or if it's to win an overall, or if it's to win your class, to win novice, since it's your first show. But also don't have too high expectations. Everyone, the first time they compete, they're like, man, I'm a lot smaller on stage than I thought I would be. You're always smaller than you think you are, because when there's that body fat and water on in the off season, we think we're like filling out these bigger shirts. You're going to flatten out, and flat burns fat. And when that water weight and fat is off, you're going to feel a lot smaller, but that's the muscle that was there. So just keep in mind, you're going to learn a lot there, but don't get discouraged because bodybuilding is a long game. It takes a long time to build enough muscle to really hold more and more on stage, and you'll get better every year. Kev Zoo asks, any training tips that felt like it took your physique to the next level? Not being stupid in the gym, not doing things that were unnecessary. Like, I kept trying to push my quads hard on hack squats and just go for that progressive overload. That's more important when you're starting out. When you're advanced and you get so strong and you're to the point, you have strong points and weak points. Like, my quads are really strong. My adductors aren't as strong as my quads. You're going to start sustaining injuries. And we're all one injury away from ending our careers at this point in the game, at this level of bodybuilding. So what I did was, I focused on the things that needed to come up, allocated volume there, pulled back the volume on my quads, pulled back the weight on my quads. Things where I was getting tweaks, like my adductors kept tweaking all the time because I was training too heavy. I just started being more mindful of like feeling the muscle. It's fun to chase weight and get strong in the gym, but like at some point you have to remember that this is bodybuilding, not powerlifting. I've never been a low rep range guy, but still, if I'm doing 9 plates per side on a hack squat for 10 reps, that's just dangerous. And all I have to do is slow it down to make it harder. So work smarter, not harder, and be mindful of how you're doing the movement, making sure the joints aren't taking a beating. Those are some training things that I've adjusted to really slow down the movement, slow down the process, make sure I'm doing everything the right way. Someone said, tell them at 45 to ship to Australia. Yeah, I wish that's Australia's rules there, but you're not going to get much over there. I'm sorry. They have a lot of regulations. Trained by Bailey, how did you differentiate yourself from other coaches in an oversaturated field? Well, I just started out coaching because people were asking me. They saw my progression on my physique and they were like, hey, can you help me with diet? Can you help me with training? And I started out like hardly charging anything at all. And people were just asking me. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I can offer this. And I never pushed marketing. I was never focused on marketing and never have been. Most of my clients have mostly been from referrals. People saying, hey, Jordan, he's really responsive. He really cares. He's taught me a lot. You really should use him as a coach. So like, that's what I prefer. I don't market my coaching a lot. You know, there's a lot of these guys out there that they're great marketers, but then they don't take the time with their clients because they just do crazy high volume clients, and that's fine for them. But I've never been focused on the volume of people that I have, because I have to make sure that I give something quality, that they get the time that they deserve and need and that they pay for. So it's always been focused on the product, focused on the physiques, the people, who they are, you know, giving them good feedback, talking with them on WhatsApp, making sure they're taken care of. And then, you know, that's what's most important. And then I really don't have to, I mean, I don't even, there's so many transformations I should have posted that have been absolutely ridiculous, but I would rather spend more time helping them than sifting through their photos to find what's the best transformation so I can get more clients. You know, that's my suggestion. Christian Turku, can you progress with 2 times full body workout per week, advanced lifter? If you're advanced, I would not be doing full body any days. I just wouldn't. I just don't believe in it. I would rather focus on a muscle group, kill it. You know, I said my split earlier in the video. I'm not just doing one muscle group per week, but I'm not going to train quads and chest and shoulders and triceps all in one day. Like, I just don't see the point. But that's my opinion. You can try it, see if it works for you. Best supplements for bloating. Core Nutritionals has a great supplement, gut, and I'm going to be trying it in my off season. I don't really generally have any bloating in prep. Something that's great also is betaine HCl, betaine HCl hydrochloride, however you say it. I'll take that sometimes for protein digestion, like 2-3 times a day. It can be very helpful. Now, also making sure it's not always just supplements, it's also making sure the sources you're using aren't bloating you, whatever food sources they may be, that you really need to narrow down. And then also getting natural probiotics. I like to put sauerkraut in a few meals per day, 15 grams. Me and Chris even started doing kombucha with my 5th meal every day, just 4 ounces. So certain things like that. But the gut product from Core Nutritionals is really good. It has probiotics and all kinds of stuff in there to help with that. And then you could also always try an oral BPC. Strate Labs has one. How would someone go about getting gyno surgery? Reach out to a doctor, a plastic surgeon. Do not go through a general surgeon. They're just going to try to cut it out and get it out. They're not concerned about how it's going to look so much as just getting it out. So you need to try to find someone that's reputable. I went to Dr. Lacroix in Staten Island, New York. I was referred to him. He was great. I have great results from him. And now everybody talks about my nipple striations that I have because it went so well that you can literally see the striations through my nipples. So it took care of the problem that I had. So DM me if you want to connect with him. He was great for me. Biggest goal for this upcoming Olympia, top 10. That was Diesel Dario. Yes, top 10. That is my goal. I think it's possible. It's a very deep Olympia lineup, but top 10 is my goal. Jack PG, clean or dirty food for peaking? Clean. Dirty food is a gamble. You don't know how it's going to affect your body. Especially if you go somewhere and get a burger, you don't know how they're cooking it. You don't know what all's in there. You don't know the macros. Like, I was doing In-N-Out a few times, several weeks out was like the last time I had that before Tampa, maybe 5 weeks out because we were so far ahead and I was still like 270 and really lean. We had a few times in prep, but Chris knew the macros. It's very consistent. They cook it well. It always digests well for me. But these people that are just like, oh, go get a burger, fries. It's a gamble. I don't believe in doing it. Eat the same food sources you ate the whole prep and then do that in whatever amount you need to do to peak. And then you can also adjust sodium. How do you know how much sodium's in the burger and the fries you eat? You're just going to get a sodium bomb. Then it's a gamble like, oh, am I going to wake up a water buffalo or not? I don't know. So it's just not a good idea for me. Nate Pennycook asks, what's up, dude? He asks, how have you and Chris planned for the super late start to prejudging for the O? I have not even talked to him about that. We've kind of discussed what time we might be on. It sounds like maybe like 9 p.m. Vegas time. So I'm leaving that to Chris. That's not for me to stress about. I trust in him to peak me well. He always does. And I have no concerns. We'll just have a roundabout time that we need to be peaked by, and I trust that he'll do it. I already answered the training split. Art Good, any advice for someone starting bodybuilding late in life, 52 years old? I would get your blood work done, get your heart checked, get any kind of health checks you can get, and be cautious, and remember, just do it for fun. Just get on stage at your best. There's no point at that stage, like, to really try to push for something crazy. Just enjoy the training and focus on the diet and the food, and the training and the food. And also, don't be training too heavy in the gym. Don't be banging up your joints. Like, really focus on the muscle and just improving and enjoying it. Don't do anything crazy. DPN Zit that's asks, ever use shakes or smoothies? Need suggestions. I like solid, but need one easy and quick. There was a off season after I went pro. There was a point where I was so sick of food that I would be eating my chicken and rice meals over the sink, and there were probably 3 separate occasions I threw up into the sink where the garbage disposal went. It is sometimes very hard. I would do oats. Back then I would blend oats into a dry powder. Then I would add almond milk, whey, peanut butter, fruit, whatever else, and like eat an English muffin on the side, and that would be my meal 1. And sometimes I'd do that later in the day too. That was an easy way to get it in. I also, for some of my clients, I'll have them blend up Rice Krispie cereal, or just eat Rice Krispie cereal with almond milk and whey, which to me, that's just as easy as drinking it as a shake. But if you need to just chug it, you can also do the Rice Krispie cereal, blend it up, and just drink that with your almond milk and fruit and peanut butter and your whey protein. Let's see. What's your favorite barbecue restaurant in DFW? I'm sad to say I've only had barbecue one time since I've been here. I've been in prep so much since I've been in Texas. So we were going to go to Hutchinson barbecue. I've heard that's the best barbecue place there is. We drove 30 minutes out there back when I don't remember if we were living. We were living here where we're at right now. Drove like 25, 30 minutes, and then there was a line out the door, and Brittany turned back around, and we went to Hard 8 barbecue. We've been to Hard 8 barbecue twice, I think. I can't remember. Maybe once. It was really, really, really good, but I really want to try Terry Black's and Hutchins. I've heard Hutchins is the best. And if you're scared of the line, supposedly it moves really fast, so don't worry about it. Go-to carb sources in prep. Rice, bowl gains, so, basically cream of rice. I'll do English muffins sometimes with my first meal. Fruit, strawberries, apples, bananas mostly, sometimes dates. And then we do intra-workout carbs, highly branched liquid dextrin. And that's mostly it. I'll sub in some homemade sourdough bread from Brittany for some rice sometimes, and that's it. What is one specific thing you changed and done this year to achieve so much progress? I think I kind of went over this, higher volume, really focusing on the movements, staying lean all off season. We really stayed lean for a super long period of time post prep last year, and then blasted out of that once I was done with my surgery recovery, and stayed lean with glute striations all the way through that. And then it was just like the growth was exponential. So just focus on matching recovery, training volume with recovery. What do I do in my downtime? I just love to spend time with Brittany. That's literally my day lately has been, I want to hustle and get my stuff done so I can sit down and relax with Brittany at night. Like, that's what I love to do. And we cuddle with our animals on the couch. Generally, they're all cuddling with her. I want a Frenchie of my own one day, and that'll be my cuddle buddy. But that's my favorite downtime. That and going out to eat with Brittany. I have a PS5. I play it probably once every 2 months for about 30, 40 minutes. Then I'm like, I can't sit here and do this. I got to do something. I don't have a lot of downtime. I really don't. I love to shoot guns. Me and Justin have been to the range a couple times together, Justin Abbott. So that's been fun. And I did get a new SIG P365 macro, and Brittany bought me this sight for my birthday. I've yet to put that on because I've had no downtime. But those are some things I enjoy doing. On prep myself for a local show. Love to see your YouTube videos. Hope to see more when it's Olympia week. Thank you so much. That's Petter Bodybuilder, Pettr. Someone asks Death Row Metal. Oh, and to answer the last question, there will be some Olympia content that the girl that's been helping me with so much, Vanessa, will be grabbing some content for YouTube for Olympia week, thankfully. Death Row Metal, I have no idea what Death Row Metal is, but I'm assuming it's a little bit too much for me. There are some metal genres that are just like too far. Like when they start doing the weird pig squeal thing and they start, obviously if any lyrics are like dark, like super dark, like demonic, I don't touch it. It's like I will hide the song on Spotify so fast. So I'm assuming that may be what that is, but I don't know. Someone asked, does your wife plan to compete? She's still up in the air. She should. She did a prep, but didn't. It was way too long, way too drawn out. And towards the end, she was just absolutely tanked. And she should have stepped on stage a little bit before she pulled out. But it just didn't work out with the timeline. And by the time she was like, about to step on stage, it was just the interest in it was all gone. And I just wanted her mental health to be as good as it could be and, make the best decision for her at the time, which was to not do that show. But she has been training her butt off, really consistent with her diet. She's got a great coach, Taylor Moore, and she may compete next year. We'll see. So not pushing her either way. What she wants to do is what she wants to do, and I'll support her 100%. Someone said, have you tried bro split and why push-pull legs? I'm not doing push-pull legs, but I'm just doing a split that's semi-bro split. But, I do have days you could call push, but I call it chest, shoulders, tries. Like, it's a little different than that because I'm only training legs 1 day a week. But, I believe more in the bro split. How long did it take you to get where you are? I started training at 17, so, gosh, we're coming up on 13 years this coming year. Probably by this next spring or summer, that's probably when I started, I would say. I just turned 30, so it's been about 13 years. Someone said, I'm a drifter, gain and hold weight through day, but finish overnight 10 to 15 pounds. Flush overnight 10 to 15 pounds. Your opinion, bad thing? This guy looks like a men's physique guy in this picture. Julian Eli Garcia. Bro, if you're gaining 10 to 15 pounds during the day and dropping that off overnight and you're men's physique, and I'm assuming you're not like, a super, super huge guy, that's pretty crazy. I've not heard of that. I've not had any clients that end up 15 pounds up at the end of the day. Maybe pay attention to your sodium and see if the sodium's too high or something. I don't know. Maybe you're probably peeing all night. To get rid of 10 to 15 pounds of water overnight, you'd have to leave your guts in the toilet in the morning and probably pee 7 times a night. So that's pretty crazy. If you have a coach, I would ask your coach. That's a big question mark for me. But I think that's all the questions, guys. I really appreciate you guys asking and supporting. I don't think I missed any, unless there was just some that weren't appropriate. But anyways, I appreciate you guys' support. I'll have more videos out to you soon. I should do a full day of eating here soon. Let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see. If you want to see more of this, if you want to see other things, just let me know. I love you guys' support. Remember, you can get a t-shirt if you would like. The link is in the description. All of my affiliates codes are down below. I appreciate so much when you guys support my code with Core, Uprising, Gasp, Better Bodies, Flavor Gang. It means the absolute world to me if you're in DFW, Cali Cooks Meals, or if you're in Houston. Their home base is in Houston. So I really, truly appreciate you guys that support those, because I could not do what I do without that. So thank you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next full day of eating. That should be this next week before I leave for Vegas. And we're really close to the O. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next one.